only write tracks for Steve Swift reviews. He punched me twice in the face and asked for a duel. The pugilistic prophet with newbies diagnostics, like Scroobius Pip but less toxic. The UK comic shooting stars never lost it. It's 2025 and the internet still dies. Guys are chasing algorithms like a crack pipe high.
You know what's very, very cool? Yes, this is the Bees of Boxing with Steve Swift. So that in itself is very cool. The fact that you're hearing my voice and not the dulcet tones of the pugilistic prophet himself, who's got himself a new set of ear warmers over there. Very nice, very nice. Very, very, very nice, very evil, I think is what the statement is that these kids are saying nowadays. Listen. Steve, how you doing today, brother?
I am full of antibiotics, which
best.
is great. So you can hear my voice. It's a gravelly, sexy thing. Listen, to all you out there, do not be feeling yourself while I'm talking, because you need to concentrate on what I'm saying. Feel yourself on the second or third time that you're watching this.
Well, you know who's feeling themselves is us. I mean, we have to be. We say things and they happen. It's happened yet again. I don't know if because we throw it out in the ether enough. I don't know, whatever. But you know what? If there's somebody who's going to give myself a handy, yes, it's going to be me right now, because I'm going to talk about this, Steve, and we've done it again. We talked about the fact of who should be fighting over in the cruiserweight division at Zuffa Boxing. We said this time and time again. A guy that we've had on this show, you can go back and look through the archives. We'll probably do a little bump up, might do another thing. But an interview with Canadian cruiserweight Ryan Rozicki. And yes, he has finally signed with Zuffa Boxing. We said his should be done, and he's done it. Now, what do you think about this, first of all? Because I've got a little bit of a bias on this.
Well, I think it's brilliant. Now, I didn't get the call from Dana in which he said, Steve, who is this Ryan Rozicki guy that you keep talking about, you and the tidster? And he did do it like that, tidster. I explained who that was, or I would have done if I got the call. And he said, better sign that dude. He sounds brilliant. You know what? He is. Because if you want some kind of attitude, somebody who's really, because that's what they need, someone to kick this cruiserweight division with Jayopataya at the top, somebody to kick it, to say he's a bad dude. That is Ryan Rozicki, because you ain't going to get it from Brandon Bleeding Glanton. So Ryan Rozicki's your man. He's tough, and he and Jayopataya will really butt heads.
Well, and as well, you saw they got Chris Billum-Smith now. So they've got Chris Billum-Smith, and they've got the Canadian Ryan Rozicki. And the dynamic of just seeing Ryan in that ring on Paramount is going to be fantastic. Now, you have to ask yourself, I mean, obviously, you're not going to put Ryan in there with Jayopataya right out the gate. You got to build these guys up, because that's a fight. That's a fight that I think that everybody's going to want to watch. So what do you do with Ryan Rozicki? And in my opinion, I think you bring in the guy that the fight has been supposed to happen time and time again. You bring in Melnicki, who is currently, are you ready for this, Steve? I don't know if you know this or not. His manager and promoter is still alive. I know, wild to say, right? Because it's Don King.
The fabled Don King, only in America. Now, yes, bring that gentleman in, because you need, I mean, it will be a good fight against Ryan, actually. I mean, Ryan comes through that, and comes through that with elan, I would say, elan. But you do need to say, hey, this guy is a cool killer. But I think you need two fights before you put him in with Chris Billum-Smith, and then you put him in with Jai, or something like that. The only thing I'm worried about is that there's not enough meat in that cruiserweight division, because Ryan Rozicki is a hot prospect that people don't generally know about. But as soon as they see him, they bloody well will.
I really like the fact of that he blends to what boxing's old school was, and to some still is. Like to his own admission, his hero, his idol, the guy that he looks up to is Jack Dempsey. So they now have the ability to pull up all of this Jack Dempsey footage, create this story, create this narrative that this is Jack Dempsey reincarnate. This is a guy who stands in front of you. This is a guy who doesn't have a heck of a lot of head movement. It doesn't matter because he is a brick, and you can't fight a brick forever. Eventually, you're going to break your hands. And that's what happens, it seems, a lot of times. And Ryan hits hard, and he does not have any kind of quit in him. This is the one thing. Like, you've seen Ryan in trouble in matches. You've seen him get rocked by heavyweights, not by guys his own size, right? But you never, ever seen quit in this guy. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to. And I think that is the thing that Zuffa saw in this, and they were like, hey, we need to pick this guy up. This guy's been given kind of a really bad break up to this point. You know what I mean? There's supposed to be fights that happen, didn't happen. Arm gets blown out, then he starts healing it, probably, maybe, I don't know. Came back a little too soon on that one to try to come back a little too soon, ends up re-injuring the thing, finally gets a fight back. Now he's ready to rock and roll, and now you get to see him fight in the United States for the largest boxing promotion in the United States. Wording.
I'd question that last comment. However, because we always do.
Okay.
However.
Okay, hold on. Back the fuck up. Who's the largest fucking boxing promotion in the United States?
Well, I'd question whether Zuffa is a promoter, because it didn't want to be. Didn't want to be, but no. It's going to have to be. But I'll give you something. One of the reasons why they want Ryan, you're right with the Jack Dempsey stuff, because when we first saw Zuffa Boxing, now on Sunday nights, coming in, it was all about, this is a sport that's got a storied history, and they haven't been doing that so much. So he fits that beautifully. I mean, if they don't build this around him, they're missing a trick. And he could be a really big star, and it's the right thing.
It's absolutely the right thing, but they got to give him the right matchups, right? And this is what boxing is about, is the right matchups, right? Because we've seen it happen before where guys get thrown into the mix too soon, or not thrown into the mix at all. And I think that's been a fear with Ryan up to this point, is he wasn't given the opportunity to be thrown into the mix enough, right? I think that he's not getting any younger. This is his shot. He's missed out on a lot of money in the past because of personal stuff, because of, not being able to put fights together because of whatever reasons, right? Anybody who knows can look up the history of Ryan Rozicki and know that there's a man who's currently dealing with legal stuff right now for assault charges. And he comes from a background, to his own admission. You can go back and listen to the interview that we did, and please do so right here on the Bees of Boxing and the Law, Live Audio Wrestling, and the What's a Work, Ultimate Combat Sports Entertainment on all of your podcast providers and YouTube. Please do so. Listen, to his own admission, he was not brought up in the candy land, so to speak. You know what I mean? So he had to work very hard to get to where he is. He had to have the right opportunities, and now he's got the biggest opportunity of his life. So I think that it's going to be very important who that first fight is against him, and I think that maybe him or Saphir might be a good one as well, because I know that they've been hemming and hawing back and forth. But you've got to get eyeballs on Ryan Rozicki. If nothing else, you're going to look at this guy who looks like he should be an underwear model covered in tattoos. Legit. I mean, he is a young, good-looking dude. Cash in on it. You need more of this on TV, and Zuffa needs this. And I think that they win with this one. I think they really win with this one. I think that other governing bodies are going to be, and other promoters are going to be like, shit, we didn't pull the trigger fast enough on this guy because we wanted to see what was going to happen with his legal stuff. And, you know, Dana's like, I know a guy who can get this taken care of. Right?
Yeah, he's authentic.
Yeah.
You know, he seems authentic, and that's what people want. The authenticity. Plus, he's got the tattoos up to here, like Conor Benn, only he looks frightening, and Conor Benn doesn't.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens with Ryan Rozicki. Good luck, brother. I hope everything works out. And, you know, I feel sorry for those dudes down there that are going to get punched in the face by you.